facing the losses and are calling on the government to review the prices upward. Of course, the cabinet met yesterday night, chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta, and they approved the price of 2,300 shillings for a bag. Earlier on, farmers had rejected this price as it was lower than their cost of production and even what they had to sell it for last year. But quickly, let's take a look at why farmers seem angered by this latest move by the government or the cabinet's decision to approve 2,300 shillings as a price per bag. Let's take a look at, are their concerns valid that they have been voicing for months now? So for a farmer to go through the planting process and from the beginning, from tilling the land to, of course, harvesting, and of course some of the things that they have to put in place like fertilizer, top dressing, first plowing, second plowing, it will cost a farmer, the first plowing and the second plowing, 3,000 shillings, which is 6,000 shillings for both times of plowing. Now 4,000 shillings per acre for the farm leasing, bringing it to a total of 10,000 shillings, and that's just preparing the land for planting, costing a farmer that. So when they get to planting, of course, they will have to harrow, which per estimates we're looking at 2,000 shillings per acre planting, which includes, of course, the buying of seeds and the labor is 2,000 shillings and 1,800 shillings per acre respectively. And of course, fertilizer is about 3,000 shillings per 50 kilogram bag for 2 bags. Remember, there are farmers who do not get the subsidized fertilizer that many get. So those who do not get will have to pay about 3,000 shillings for a bag of fertilizer. Then from there, they will do the top dressing, which is 3,000 shillings per acre. And we're looking at 2,000 shillings. Emergency spraying after rains. In the recent past, we have witnessed cases of armyworm attack on crops like maize. So the insecticides are for emergency cases when such experiences would be met by the farmer, bringing it to 15,800 shillings for their planting. So from that, of course, they will have planted and the crop will grow up. The maturity, depending on the area, for areas like Kitale, Uasin Gishu County, we're looking at about 6 months maturity. The areas in Western Kenya, like say Busia or Bungoma, we're looking at about 4 months maturity, depending on the area. So in harvesting, stalks cutting, we're looking at 1,300 shillings, of course, labor and all that, 1,500 shillings per acre, of course, for harvesting. That is 50 shillings per 30 bags. And transport to stores, which is 600 per trailer trip, and 1,500 shillings for empty threshing bags. So if they're buying, say, 30 bags for each 50, that is what they will have to pay for the harvesting period. So those are some of the dynamics and the nitty-gritties that go into what the farmers have to go through. We're also looking at the labor charge per threshing bag and, of course, the drying cost per week. Transport to the NCPB, totaling the harvesting to 9,050. So we've looked at 10,000 of planting. We've seen the planting, the planting period, which is about 9,000, and now harvesting, bringing the total cost of production to about 34,850. Remember, these are just estimates that we are working with. It could be higher for some farmers. It could be lower for some. So these are some of the estimates we're working on. So then what are the returns for these farmers? For 34,500, that means they would harvest about 15 bags on an acre, once again, depending on the area. And of course, the processes you followed while doing this. Some will harvest more bags, some will harvest less. So for an acre, you could harvest about 15 to 40 bags of maize. So 48,000, that is 3,200 times 15 bags. Remember the 3,200 when we're talking about plowing and all that. Then you have 15,000 if it is 16,000 times 15 bags. Those are the returns that farmers would get if you paid, if they go by the government's price of 2,300, they will make 34,500 at the end of the day, meaning just 50 shillings less of the costs that they had or the cost that took them, the cost of production for the maize. And of course, we have seen all the other prices of 3,000 and if they paid 3,000 and if they paid 3,500. So the variance brings us to 19,500. That is the variance between what farmers would have loved to be paid and what they would be paid if they go by the government's price of 2,300. Hence the reason why farmers are not happy. Some that we spoke to earlier said they're considering doing away with maize farming because clearly it doesn't have returns. But our reporters are on the ground speaking to the farmers. We will be seeing what they will have to say about this. And of course, what are some of the processes or strategies that are being put in place by the government to ensure that the farmer does not suffer at the end of the day.
And the people must have their say in terms of, even if we were to come up with a price, there must be public participation. You need to ask the farmer, what is your input? What do you think is costed you in terms of your production? There was no public participation in terms of coming up with 2,300. And I want to say that we are not going to be intimidated by anybody. You can come up with many stories. You can cook stories. You can hire people to go and do press conferences in terms of maligning others to be like they want to revive ICC things. We have to go back to the same narrative that we've talked about the maize issues, because that is where most of our people are suffering. We are aware that we have so many people, farmers from our region, who cannot pay bills. They have taken hospital bills and many other bills. In hospitals, if you were to use it as an example, we have farmers who have taken their title deeds to referral hospitals, to private hospitals, to secure their patients' release because they don't have the resources to sort out their problems. We are urging government, you do a review, you reconsider. It is a subject that is before Parliament.
Vile vile tunatoa wito kwa wakulima kwamba kama serikali jinsi imetangaza kwamba halmashauri ya nafaka iko wazi nyinyi kupeleka mahindi, tunaeleza wakulima msipeleke mahindi. Simameni kidede na mahindi yenu mpaka wakati serikali itakawapatia na bei safi ama bei nzuri. Kwa hivyo tunaeleza wakulima msibanduke. Tuvumilieni pamoja. Tutaendelea kusukuma serikali mpaka haki ya mkulima iheshimike. Kulikuweko na shutuma. Sisi hatuwezi kushurutishwa kwa namna yeyote. Hatuwezi kusimamishwa na tuhuma zozote kwa kumtetea mkulima. Tuhuma zozote ambazo zilitolewa jana ya masuala ya ICC, tunataka kusema wazi, sisi hatuna wakati wa kujibu. Sisi tuna majibu, sisi tuna maswali ya ukulima. Na sijui tangu lini halmashauri ya nafaka bei ya mahindi ya 6,300 tunayouliza ina uhusiano gani na ICC? This is something that we want to make clear, that we will not be intimidated. Our attention will not be diverted. We will focus agitating for the farmers' right. The farmers must be given good prices. We will not be cowed or intimidated by the cartels who are trying to divert attention and introduce a non-issue called the ICC. Our focus is on the maize price.
Well, those are some of the reactions from leaders regarding the maize prices. Let's now take it to the farmer. What are they saying? What does this mean for them? The price of 2,300 per bag that was approved yesterday by the cabinet in the meeting that was chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta and attended by Deputy President William Ruto. Let's now cross over to Kipkabus in Uasin Gishu County and just hear the voice of the farmer and their reactions to these latest prices of maize.
Himiza waangalie kwa sababu ukiangalia saa hii mambo ya taxes vile imeenda juu, kila kitu vile imeenda juu na pia inakuwa hiyo haiwezi wezesha mkulima arudi kwa shamba afanye kazi zake za kawaida, na kama watoto wataenda shule inamaanisha hawezi rudi kwa shamba, na wakienda kwa shamba watoto waendi shule. So hiyo kiwango inaleta hasara kubwa ambaye hatutarajii hiyo ilete faida kwa mkulima. So ningeomba wakulima wasiharakishe kuuza mahindi, na wale ambao tumekuwa tukisukuma tukijadiliana tuendelee na hiyo majadiliano, kwa sababu mimi naona iko mchezo ya paka na panya, na hiyo hatuwezi ruhusu watu wetu wapate kungoja mwaka mzima alafu auze mahindi kwa bei ya hasara ambayo wenyewe hakuna kitu wanaweza faidika naye. Hiyo haikubaliki na hatuwezi nyamaza tukiangalia watu wetu wakiangamizwa kwa hiyo njia. Hiyo tafadhalini msingatie, tuangalie vile tutaendelea, kwa sababu haturuhusu hasara ya nafaka wetu iende namna hiyo, ambaye mwishoe watu utakuta sasa itabidi wauze mashamba kufanya kazi zao. Hiyo tusiruhusu, na wale ambao viongozi wetu ambao walichakuliwa wasimame imara na wasukume, tuhakikishe tunapata haki yetu. Asante.
Ni vema tuweze kuambia Wakenya haswa wakulima ukweli ni kwamba bei iliyowekwa na serikali ni baada ya kuangalia market zetu ziko namna gani. Na kwa sababu mpaka sasa tumeweza kuuza mahindi hata chini ya shilingi 2,300, nitatofautiana kidogo na ndugu yangu, ili kwamba tuchukue fursa hii tuweze kuasilisha mahindi yetu, kwa sababu tunaweza kungoja na tuweze kukosa bei ambayo itakuwa bora kuliko hiyo. Lakini tunasema pia kwa serikali, ile mahindi ambayo ilishapatianwa kwa NCPB iweze kulipwa mara moja. Farmers wamekuwa promised kwamba 2.1 billion imekuwa released, hawajaona kwa sasa, na unaona mahindi bado yako shambani. Hivyo basi tunasema kwanza kwa serikali, shukran kwa hiyo bei, ingawa iko chini. Tunasema muweze kuangalia, baraza la mawaziri liweze kuangalia, waiweke juu angalau kidogo, ili farmers wapate kuweza kulima tena. Asante sana.
Basi jina langu ni Maize, a former assistant minister for natural resources. Mimi nashangaa mno kusikia ya kwamba Kiunjuri CS alipotutembelea hapa alisema atajaribu sana kuweka bei juu kwa sababu ya gharama. Ukihesabu gharama kenye kutoka hatua ya kwanza ya kulima mara mbili mpaka siku ile utapepa mahindi kwa gunia mpaka cereal, utapata 2,600 hivi 500, lakini wakiweka sasa 2,300 tutaenda hasara tu, kwa sababu tutauza gorogoro shilingi 30. Na mimi nashangaa kusikia wajumbe wengine wa Uasin Gishu ambao wanakuza mahindi wakisema kwamba ati watachukua farmers kotini kwa sababu wamehusisha
All right, we seem to be experiencing a bit of a challenge with that quality, but of course the farmers there reacting to the maize prices. Many of them seeming very unhappy with the price of 2,300 shillings per bag, saying they would rather not be in maize farming. But of course we'll be getting more reactions from government officials on how this is going to pan out going forward. So keep it KTN News for more on that.